Hey everyone, it's Joe Waxman, and I'm back with another video. Today I wanted to talk about the upcoming um, conjunction of Mars, Uranus, and North Node. This is just going to be a quick video, but I thought I'd say a few words about what's coming our way, just because it's pretty interesting, I think, and um, yeah, just want to share my insights about it. I don't really have that much to say, I guess, and probably if you watch, there's plenty of videos out there about this. But basically, we have Mars, North Node, and Uranus conjuncting at 18 degrees in Taurus. Um, that's on August 1st, and so I mean, this influence is going to be centered in August 1st, but for basically, a month on either side, all of July and all of August, it's something to watch out for. And what really you want to pay attention to is basically Mars and Uranus together create kind of an explosive energy. It's physically violent. Mars is passion, aggression, war, physicality, electronic type things, mechanical things, motors, engines, cars, vehicles, anything that moves that's physical is very Marsian. Um, Uranus is anything explosive, anything progressive, new, sudden, out of the ordinary, things like that. And Taurus also is very earthy and very physical. And we've already been seeing some of this, especially like with the Georgia Guidestones collapsing. First there was an explosion, then the whole thing came down. That's very much Mars and Uranus and Taurus. What further is that is the North Node. So it's a rare conjunction. You can see all three at 18 degrees. Because North Node is kind of like this obsession, this worldly materialistic obsession. So this is kind of, I could see some, I've been hearing, what made me want to do this video is because I hear some rumors about there's a lot of military activity going on. And we've had like, the PSA about surviving an atomic nuclear explosion in New York. Like, what the hell is that all about? What are they planning? Like, we know Russia's not going to attack New York, but our own country, why did they do that? Like, I don't want to say that, it seems absurd, but like, why are they doing that? Like, why are they having a PSA about an atomic explosion in New York? Right? That's craziness. And not only that, like it would be no big deal. Like, just go inside. If there's an atomic explosion in New York, no offense, but you're probably gonna be dead. I mean, there's not gonna be time to go inside. People die from that pretty quick. And if you're anywhere near that, like, you get exposed to so much radiation, going inside is not going to really help. You'll probably die of cancer pretty soon. I mean, the best thing is actually eat miso soup like the Japanese did in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They ate a lot of miso soup and they survived. Miso soup has very protective, beneficial qualities. Going inside really, yeah, I mean, sure to lessen the radiation, I guess, but it's like nothing compared to, I mean, just the thought of a nuclear explosion is crazy. It's crazy. And why is this happening now? Like, we have this energy, right? This Mars in Uranus and North Node in Taurus, which neither of these planets, like Taurus, they're not happy in Taurus. Mars rules Scorpio, co-ruler of Scorpio along with Pluto. And so it doesn't like Taurus. Uranus does not like Taurus either because it's exalted in Scorpio, right? Taurus is very muddy. It's very earthy. See, Mars gets stuck in Taurus. Mars is all about action, initiation, right? Mars rules Aries. Mars wants to do things like get up, go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Taurus doesn't like to get up and go. Taurus likes to sit there and do nothing, right? Taurus is just like, no. Like, do you ever watch The Office? Stanley? No. That's Taurus. Taurus is just, no. I mean, talk about a stick in the mud. Mars is not like that because it gets very frustrated. It builds up this tension because it's trying to go, 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 and it can't go. And but Mars and Taurus, they don't want to get angry, but if they get angry, it's like really angry, like really angry. So that's the kind of tension that we're talking about. It's like no, 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 like an angry bull, right? Mars and Taurus is an angry bull. It's first, it's like a stubborn bull, it doesn't want to move. Then it's a really angry bull. So there's no real flow with Mars and Taurus. And kind of the same thing with Uranus and Taurus too, because Uranus is electricity. You ever run electricity through mud? If you study electricity, we know there's this thing called resistance. And Taurus has the most resistance out of any sign. So there's too much resistance for Uranus to operate well. So what happens is you build up the voltage until it can pass through the resistance, and then it's like so much that it's like, you know, really intense. Again, it's a very similar thing to Mars and Taurus. So what we have together, I mean, Mars and Uranus are explosive anyway, but in Taurus it's really explosive, right? Because it's all that resistance, then boom, you know, it's like a bomb. I mean, this is like a bomb. And that's why I'm making this video, because I want to warn people, be careful right now, because we could be seeing car accidents, acts of violence, people exploding all of a sudden, explosive bouts of anger. People could just explode that you wouldn't expect them to, out of nowhere, right? All these sudden explosions can happen. There was that struck the lightning, struck the what was that? The big phallic symbol in Italy. What are they called? Not obelisk. Anyway, the big phallic symbol. You know what I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing we're talking about. We're talking about hard Earth and like explosion, lightning and explosion, things like that, right? And then we have the square to Saturn, which makes it even worse because Uranus square Saturn is very rebellious, right? It's just like it's acts of rebellion because Saturn represents the enforcement of law. Uranus represents being outside the law. Uranus is outside of Saturn. It's farther out than Saturn. It's the next planet outside of Saturn. So Uranus is outside the law of Saturn. Or at least that's the way it feels. And so it's just like flouting the law, it's breaking the law. Rebellion, right? That's Uranus square Saturn is rebellious. It's like the jailbreak. It's like getting out of jail, getting out of, above and beyond the law. And the square represents that tension of Uranus and Saturn fighting each other. Mars and Saturn is actually like violence and physical, if not outright violence, it can be like very intense physicality, things like that. Because remember, Mars is the physical aggression, physical activity, physical passion, physical things. And Saturn is that restriction, the law, the limitations. But it also makes Mars work really hard because remember, Mars is exalted in Saturn sign of Capricorn. And that's where Mars really gains a lot of focus and strength. But that square is a tense aspect. So this is like Mars that is like heated and angry and rebellious, especially conjunct Uranus. So yeah, and then the North Node, square Saturn, I mean, that's all three of these square Saturn, it's like really, really intense, right? And Saturn in Aquarius is going to be very scientific, very technologically oriented. So it could be like, it could have something to do with technology, some way, somehow, some shape or form. The law, media, tech giants, it could take many forms. That's the thing. It's not like one thing that will happen. There could be multiple things. And then we also have Sun is mildly square, but it's really about Mercury in Leo, square, opposite Saturn. And then, so we got a really big T square. This is intense. I mean, Mars square Mercury, this is about arguments, verbal arguments, verbal abuse, flinging words going back and forth, tense words, things like that. Media comes to mind with Mercury. Mercury and Leo. Leo's on the stage. Mercury's communication and intellect. So this could be about media, talking heads, people in the spotlight. Could be politicians. Yeah, what else? Opposites. I mean, and then if we put it all together, then we get like, media, technology, talking heads, and then physical violence and explosions. And again, like I said, this can take many different forms. To top it off, we have Jupiter stationing retrograde. I don't know if you can see that. Let me blow it up here. That little SR means station retrograde. It's going. Jupiter is just going retrograde and stationing. You can see here how slow it is. It's very slow for Jupiter. And here you see the little R sign. It's already retrograde, but it's still considered station retrograde because it's a slower moving, relatively planet. So it stations for 3 days, roughly. It is in Aries. Aries is a sign of war. And what does it mean for the world stage that is stationing retrograde in Aries? I don't really know, to be honest. I wish I could, say all this stuff, but this is just something that we have to observe, and maybe we'll all observe and see. What does it mean? I don't really know. When planets are stationary in natal birth charts, it means that they're much more powerful and influential. So Jupiter is going to have an influence in all this, hopefully a good influence. It is in Aries, so I could see some sort of idealism going on. Jupiter in Aries, some sort of, I don't know. People could be very full of lofty ideas and do crazy things, is all I'm saying. People might think they're doing something great and blow something up, and it's not so great after all, but who knows? I mean, I'm just speculating here. I don't really know what the Jupiter, but it is significant. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Venus is in Cancer, and it's sextile. That's actually good in general. It doesn't negate any of what I said. But at least there's communication with its dispositor. So there's some healthy support there. What does it mean? It's hard to say. I mean, I'm not really much of a mundane astrologer. Well, I'm learning as I'm going, but I guess I haven't been doing this long enough to really know enough about mundane astrology to really say all that much. So that's why there's a short video. I just know that this is dangerous, explosive, violent, and to be careful. Like, there could be car accidents. There could be fights. There could be violence. There could be explosions. So just be careful. Keep your wits about you. And be vigilant. Be on your toes. All right, guys. That is it for now. I will see you again soon. And take care of yourself. Bye-bye.